What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the blue color, playing as Poseidon. His name is the Rapl. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Zeus. His name is Matreiuss. The map is Alfheim. And this is just a random Voobly ladder game. I think this one was played quite a while ago as well. I've been searching for some games to watch, and it so happens that I found some games to watch. So we'll see how it's going to go. Matreiuss is playing Zeus, and whenever you see Matreiuss playing Zeus, it's always going to be a fun time. I think that Matreiuss is one of the most... Well, Matreiuss is probably the best Zeus player around at the moment, but he never really plays it. Reason why Matreiuss is so good with Zeus is just because his general understanding of Greek is at such a high level, and then on top of that, he's then gonna couple that with all of the Zeus bonuses that come through. So we'll see what sort of a strategy he's going to go for here. Matreiuss playing against Rapl's Poseidon here, and if Rapl's going to have any answer. Now, the big problem with playing Poseidon against Zeus is that you don't really know what the Zeus player is going to do. The Zeus player can go for a fast advance through Athena and put early pressure onto you. The Zeus player can go through Hermes and build Centaur and make your life very, very challenging. The Zeus player can just go for 2 town centers and or 3 town centers and make life very, very difficult for you in a different way. Lots of different options that the Zeus player can go for. Now, this map here is very, very good for defending the Centaur aggression, because there's these cliffs, plus the forests, plus everything else. It's very, very nice. You can easily get walls up and play around those Centaur, no problems. We do see that Rapl is taking the initiative here to move out onto a secondary hunt here, trying to eat as much of this as he can before any sort of shenanigans come his way. But who knows what the plan is here, as Matreiuss is sending his own villagers out onto this hunt as well. He's also got a little bit of hunt left in his main base that he's going to be finishing up. With the wood villagers back over on this side, it's probably going to be these villagers start moving down here onto the wood, and if he does decide to go for some sort of 2 town center or a Centaur play, and it should work out nicely for him in the early stages of this game, as he is going to drop the temple down over here. And the question probably will come, what sort of a archaic age is he going to go for? Does he go for the archaic age hero in order to pick up some relics or put some pressure on? Guy's Book of Knowledge, not the best. The Staff of Dionysus over here with the extra 20 villager food carry capacity. Sorry, I always ignore what this relic is just because it's so bad. 300% bonus infantry damage versus the Titan. One relic that just doesn't give any value at all, really, in the game. Doesn't help at all. This relic, though, also plus 20 villager food carry capacity. Also not the best. And finally, over here on this position, the Nose of the Sphinx, an extra 15% building HP. Very, very good relic, if you ask me. And we do see that Rapl's idea here is to get the Mithril Horseshoes. This relic is an amazing relic to grab for Poseidon. It helps out so much in this matchup as well. Extra 10% cavalry move speed means that those Hippocon go up to 6.05 speed, I believe. And then, if he's gone through Hermes, which he has gone through, he can also get out Spirited Charge to push those Hippocon up to 6.6 or maybe even 6.7, not 100% sure, 6.7 speed, which means that they can chase down enemy Centaur and cause a lot of problems. As Matreiuss's Jason is out, starting to shank around these villages as they are having a bit of a troubled time at this moment here, with the Katoskopos helping out as well. Great little bit of harass here from Matreiuss, as he is also going through Hermes, and he will be getting himself out that Centaur very, very shortly, as we do see the Katoskopos is now in for Rapl, as the hero of Rapl coming in here I wouldn't be surprised to see this Theseus bolted and Matreiuss take this relic away. But Matreiuss doesn't know what relic the Theseus is currently holding. As Rapl retreats back up onto this position. And Matreiuss will see that. He might even return back over onto these villages here, which is indeed what he is going to be doing. Though the Centaur is now in for Rapl. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage against the Jason, but good micro thus far from Rapl. Gets away from everything there, no problems. But a Centaur comes in, does manage to snipe the first villager, drawing first blood there. Hippolyta coming in, going to be pushing that Jason away. And now Rapl is safe for the time being. He's getting himself the second town center. Matreiuss over here, on the other hand, he's getting himself Sylvan Law already. And the Centaur and the Odysseus and everything else are coming through here, as we do see the bolt there onto the Hippolyta as the Centaur going to attempt to come forward and pick up a villager, and Rapl clicks ceasefire. That early in this matchup does not bode well for Rapl here, as the Centaur, they're going to be searching around, but they can't do anything for the next minute or so, as Rapple's town center will come up. Walls are starting to come up around the towers. Walls coming up over here as well for Rapl. And we do see the Hippolyta is back out, which will give Rapl a little bit of defense here against the Sylvan Law Centaur. As the town center is finished, villagers can jump onto the wood line, but Rapl is in for a difficult time moving forward here. The question, though, always will remain that when you go Centaur, you have to get village damage done. Otherwise, you've spent a lot of resources on these units, which don't do a whole lot otherwise. Now, obviously, you get access to the map as an innate bonus of having those Centaur out, which might be enough to justify building them. But we do see a second town center coming up here for Matreiuss, but you do need to find some extra value against those villages. Now, we have seen one villager picked off, which does mean that over the course of time, Matreiuss will find his Centaur actually paying themselves off. But that's a lot of time that needs to pass for that to actually end up being the case. For those of you not really understanding where I'm going with that, villager picked off is a reduction of around about 60 resources a minute. The Centaur costs something like 300 and something resources, so one villager down. After a handful of minutes have passed, that would pay off that Centaur. Maybe 5 minutes has passed or something like that. So you have to get off a bunch of villagers killed off to actually pay for everything over the course of a game. Anyways, Rapl, 2 town centers now. He's got the walls up all around his base here. His heroes are in a great position defending here. He's blocked off this position beautifully with the stable going to start making those Hippocons here, which are at 6.05 speed. Very, very beautiful amounts of Hippocon where that's concerned. And Matreiuss here, he's got his own second town center. There is a world where he could go up and grab this third town center over here. He is starting to build his own Hippocon here as well. Instead of going for that third town center, wanting to instead put some pressure onto this position here. He does see the forward gold mine. There is a gold mine over here, however, that Rapl can grab, especially if he's walled off this location, which he indeed has done so. Any sort of aggression that's going to come through here from Matreiuss, probably not going to be game-ending for Rapl in any way, shape, or form. As Matreiuss has to retreat back now. He's not able to kind of deal with the range that's coming from that Hippolyta. Both the Odysseus and the Hippolyta have got 18 range, but with Odysseus only at 51 HP remaining, that's not going to be enough, as we do see Rapple's Centaur will get a little bit of damage done over here as the Theseus moves forward. Going to slap the Centaur a little bit there as Rapple's Centaur does fall, but a little bit of damage down onto those Centaur pole marks. Generally speaking, in any matchup where Zeus goes for Centaur, you have to kind of tick that damage down ever so slightly. You're never going to pick off a Centaur in one big go. It's just over time you pick that one off. Rapl now has some farms coming up in his main base. He is still producing those Hippocon as best as he can. as this location at the top is going to be opened up, and Rapl has to defend this. Now, he does have some good units here to defend this, and with that extra speed on the Hippocon, the best way to go about this is to literally run the Centaur over, hit run the Hippocon over, hit those Centaur on the back, and that's going to allow Rapl to effectively pick off those Centaur from far, because they're going to be running a little bit slower. Great play there from Rapl thus far. He's picked off one, and he's going to be retreating back. The question, are there more Centaur being made by Matreiuss or not? Answer is no. Matreiuss has decided here to just go 2 Centaur, and that's it. He's then cut. He's got one villager trying to get himself up to the speedy Hippocon. He's got 25 favor now, so he wants to get that spirited charge so he can kind of compete with Rapl, who isn't getting any favor in this game. So that's going to be another upgrade going the wayside of Matreiuss, which will allow his Hippocon to compete with the speed that Rapl's Hippocon are at. As the army coming through yet again. Rapl immediately focus firing that Centaur, but doesn't get any shots to hit its mark there, as Matreiuss has to retreat back. He's still getting some more favor. He's getting more farms coming up. You do have to go up to 250 food to get that spirited charge upgrade. The other thing here is Rapl has got now medium Hippocon, which is actually better than having spirited charge. Spirited charge does give you the extra 10% speed, but he's already got the 10% speed. So then medium Hippocon gives him extra damage and extra HP. But we'll see what Matreiuss is going to grab here. He's at 80 population, houses coming down, more farms coming down. Weirdest farm I've ever seen. Pretty sure he can build a farm here. I don't know why he did that. Maybe just a mistake of or misclick or something. Matreiuss also able to get himself some Aurochs on this position, so he is getting that extra hunt coming through. Medium cavalry coming in as well. As the Hippocon are going to be searching around for some villager kills here, as Matreiuss retreats back. And Rapl will have to retreat back out. He does have the speed, and he's going to be able to sneak through here. Just a little bit of damage, no real problems there. Gets a little bit of harass off, and then he's out of here. But Rapl is in a fantastic position now. 110 population. 110 population for Rapl to Matreiuss, who's at 98. So this is just Rapple's very, very strong defensive play here has really paid off in spades in this game. Plus, having that relic has been a really, really big help. Sniping a unit over here as well. Nice play from Rapl as the Hippocon retreat back into the main base. Matreiuss going to be searching around for something to kill, but I mean, at this point, there's really nothing that he can do. Rappel's going to be going heroic age here as well. He's going through Aphrodite. Now, considering the relic that he's got, sometimes I feel like it's not normally better to go Dionysus. Don't get me wrong, but if you've got that speed relic, the idea of having 6.6 speed Hippocon with Thracian horses is just such a compelling idea to me that I would just go for it just for the idea of it. As Hippocon swing in here, going to be taking down some of Matreiuss's stuff in this position, as Matreiuss going to be rejoining here. And now Matreiuss has actually got himself spirited charge here as well. You can see he's got 6.05 speed there. And that means that Rapl has to retreat back. His Hippocon are no longer having the advantage here in the game. We are now starting to see some Toxotes coming out. That's a bit of a interesting decision there, especially with all the choke points. He's going to be able to get basically free damage out of those Toxotes while this game is going on. I like the idea, as one Hippocon does fall in the retreat here. Now Rapl hits the heroic age. Curse going to get dropped down immediately, and Matreiuss drops his own ceasefire there as he's grabbing the third town center. Do we see some villagers coming over here? Yes, we do. And that allows Rapl to get himself the third town center. He's clicked his heroic age god power, but both classical age god powers are gone. No more ceasefire. Matreiuss will be having himself here, however, Apollo as a big game-changing god power in this matchup. So Rappel's really got to be very aware that at any point Matreiuss can click Underworld here in this game in the following minute here. Now, Matreiuss might decide to go through Dionysus here, but no. Apollo, the god of choice, makes a lot of sense. And Underworld on the back here is always going to be a threat that Rapl's going to have to be thinking about. As Matreiuss has his third town center, Rapl going to have his third town center coming up as well, as Rapl's got plenty of food in the bank. He didn't rush out heavy cavalry. A little bit surprised to see that. He's opting to get the faster heroic age in, and maybe not taking too many fights here, but now he can advance, and he is going through Hephaestus. So a really, really early Mythic Age here for Rapl compared to Matreiuss, who's not even in the Heroic Age. So Rapl is on with the advantage at this point in the game. The question is he going to be able to get those fortresses out fast enough or not? As Rapl trying to get some more walls up over here. He's snuck the villages in. This could be absolutely gigantic, as if these walls all get up, those Hippocon are going to get stuck in this base, and Rapl can pull back and kind of defend against that. But unfortunately, he is pushing in with his own Hippocon onto this location. He might even be trying to take out the town center. Probably not going to get a whole lot of value where that's concerned, as the villagers get pushed off of that gold mine. Great raid here for Matreiuss. He's not going to get too many villager kills because Rapl did react fast enough. But where to next? This gold mine's an option for Rapl, as he's about to hit that Mythic Age. Retreating back with his own Hippocon here. Still a little bit under juiced up, so to speak. Rapl's Hippocon are, as the villagers here don't quite finish off the wall, and Matreiuss will be able to get out of here if he decides to just bash down this other wall here, no problems. As he does finish that one off, and he'll get out with the slightest of advantages there. As Rapl back into his main base, now full population, just about to hit the Mythic Age. Archery rangers coming up onto this position. Villagers here getting pushed off of the wood line. Nice raid yet again here from Matreiuss, as Rapl is he's kind of on the back foot, so to speak. He's not really tracking the Matreiuss's forces very well here, as Rapl's economy is just getting shuffled around all over the place. This gold mine almost expired as well. There's the plenty vault up for Rapl though, as his Colossus is out. The Hippocon coming in onto this position, as we do see an Atlanta out that's going to be able to snipe down those myth units here very, very easily. 6.5 speed or 6.0 speed is a big advantage for said Atlanta there to take down those myth units, as we do see an Nemean line coming in onto this position. Meanwhile, the Hippocon raids hitting the villagers on this gold mine yet again. Rapl didn't put the wall back down, and Matreiuss makes him pay there as he gets that raid off. Matreiuss does retreat back out of this position as well. He's starting to make himself some heavy hoplites, which are going to be a really, really good answer to the Hippocon in this stage of the game, and also a threat with Underworld. As we do see the raids continuing here, but the Prodromus coming back in. Matreiuss does pay attention here. He's not quite pulled the Hippocon out the right way here, and he might lose every single one of them, but I mean, he's done so much damage with these Hippocon here, it doesn't really matter. As Rapl, archery range coming up, is a little bit struggling on the gold. There is a gold mine up on this position here, which is very, very good. There are gold mines over here as well for Rapl. If we take a look at the line of sight, he sees all of them basically, as the Hippocon retreating away. Rapl going to pull back into his own base. He has started making his own hoplites here. Generally speaking, I don't particularly like hoplites in this matchup. I much prefer, if my opponent is making hoplites, to either make a pacifist or make Toxotes, and just call it a day there, because hoplites, I used to think the best composition in Age Mythology for the Greek players was a hoplite Heliopolis army. Now, this army is very, very fun. It's really, really strong as a building killing army, but in the end, that army loses to Toxotes Heliopolis with a handful of Hephaestus in the army, or Colossus. In fact, Colossus do really, really well against everything there. But we do see the Hephaestus coming out. Great idea here from Rapl. That's going to push Matreiuss back. Even though they're unupgraded at the moment, Rappel's going to be able to get those upgrades fairly soon, as we do see the Colossus coming in, trying to tear down the fortified town center of Matreiuss, who's going through Hera in this game. This is a very, very ballsy play here from Matreiuss, not playing for the late game in the slightest. He does still have Underworld, so a lightning storm here, taking all of these units out and then going for some sort of an Underworld is a very, very valid play here as Rapl retreats back. Rappl's going to be a little bit concerned about this. His economy is a little bit weak as fortified town centers is coming through. How are the armory upgrades coming along? He does have full copper here, full tier 1 armory upgrades, but he is getting himself the bronze weapon. Still needs to get himself the other upgrades, as well as some more military academies coming in. Units kind of spread out, trying to hide themselves in different places here, as the hoplites going to be making their way in, as Polyphemus is queued up here for Rapl as well. Fortified town centers a little bit late here for Rapl, but it will be coming through. Will it come in time is the big question, as Lightning Storm gets dropped down onto this location. These units all going to get sniped down as well. The town center here will get finished off before fortified town centers. Yes, it does. The villagers pop out there, and now Rapl is very, very much on the back foot. 104 population to Matreiuss is 160 population. Champion Hoplites Matreiuss is in an incredibly commanding position here. However, Rapl still has got access to a lot of advantages with this Plenty Vault, with his armory upgrades. He might be able to find a comeback here if he just continues to get himself those upgrades out. How are Matreiuss' upgrades looking? He's got himself copper shield, or tier 2 shields, bronze weapons, or copper weapons. So not the best there. So you can definitely jump up to iron weapons relatively fast. But Rapl is continuing to take this fight on this position as the units are popping out. Those hoplites here probably not going to be the best against the Paspists that are coming out here as well. We do see some Prodromus getting made. Medusa joining in on this fight as well here. Can Rapl fight this one back, as Matreiuss at this point 145 of 160 population. He's got himself a fortress coming out as well, making those very, very juicy Heliopolis, as an Atlanta comes through, going to start sniping down the Medusa of Matreiuss. Nice play there from Rapl. The units have to retreat back. Rapl might be able to get his town center back, and he might be able to hold here, as Matreiuss has to recoup his losses to some degree. However, we do see what looks to be a Pegasus coming in onto this position. I'd love to see this hometown center, the attack here, because why? He can take the Plenty Vault for himself and then effectively have the advantages of being Hephaestus without needing to go Hephaestus to some degree. As we do see the gold mine over here, this is an option as well for Matreiuss, and he decides to go for it, but Rapl, excuse me, Rapl here, very, very quick reaction, pulling off of this location immediately. Rappel's army sitting over here, going to look to push forward and then maybe attempt to take out the underworld passage on this location. Taking a great fight here. Rappel's now got full bronze, almost full iron as well. That his line upgrades aren't there, so to speak. He's only got medium upgrades, so it's still kind of equal in terms of unit stats. But the hoplites, they're just not that useful in these fights here. As we do see a Colossus coming through for Rapl, that's a great unit to deal with Heliopolis. This Colossus is fantastic in this matchup, and you definitely need to be making it. As but the Bellerophon flying in. Look at the damage that came through from the Bellerophon. The thing is, you can dodge the Bellerophon jump. If you're microing, as soon as the Bellerophon starts jumping, if you move said Colossus, that Bellerophon will miss that attack. So it's a bit of a funny one, but Rapl here continuing to fight in this position. We do see the Bellerophon jumping in, able to take down these Toxotes incredibly fast here. In this game, as more Colossus going to be coming in. This might be a little bit overzealous from Rapl, because he just doesn't have the production here to get all of his units out at this point and get his town center back. It might have been a better idea to start setting up to try and take this town center out. He's got this beautiful forest here to plant Petropolis in to start sieging this town center down. And definitely, yes, there is the Bellerophon threat there, but just having the units pumping out to target that town center down would be a fantastic way to go about making a comeback in this game. But Rapl continuing to take these fights. He's now down to 118 population, 117 population. Matreiuss is probably still sitting close to full population here, 145 or 160 population. The Heliopolis are doing absolute work in this game. We do see some militia coming out. That's a big, big help here for Rapl as Matreiuss tries to break through this position. We do see the villagers pushing in to try and grab the town center on the front as well. Toxotes on the back. They're starting to get some extra armory upgrades, nearly full bronze here, nearly full second tier upgrades, but Rapl at this point, he should be full iron. He's missing out on the iron shield, iron mail, excuse me, but Rapl going to be retreating back. Matreiuss here will be getting himself this town center, going up to 180 population. The big question is, can Rapl push back here with the timing that he's got? Does Matreiuss have any trade route set up? Answer is no, not just yet. So he is going to be struggling for economy on these 4 town centers. So if Rapl's units can get enough decent trades with their advantage, he will be able to find himself some sort of a comeback here as we see the Colossus Polyphemus raid coming through onto this town center. Odysseus queued up, but this town center is going to be taken out. Great side raid here from Rapl as the Bellerophon and the Jason coming through here, but the town center gets torn down. Matreiuss is up to 180 population. The units turning around, taking these fights over here as the Colossus needs to retreat back for the time being. Do we see Rapl attempting any sort of fortress over here? Still no fortress on that position to get any Petropolis out as the villagers over here trying to get the fortress up. Rapl doesn't have any gold income anymore. Rapple's out of gold income. This underworld here secures this gold mine. This gold mine over here also secured. This gold mine over here no longer able to get grabbed as all the villagers got picked off. There is a gold mine here for Rapl, which he does know about, but he's opting to not move over there for the time being as the Colossus getting taken out. Villagers getting sliced up over there as well, but Rapple's at 114 and 140 population. Matreiuss here, 168 of 150 population. He's still above that 160 population. He's going to be able to get this town center back very, very shortly here, ladies and gentlemen. And Matreiuss here in a commanding position. However, he still needs to keep the pressure up. If he can push in onto this gold mine, it will be basically game over. If he can come over and wall this gold mine in as well, or potentially put a fortress down here, that's going to be game over as well for Rapl. As Rapple's still trying to push in on this side, do we see... Well, we do see the Polyphemus coming in, try and break down this town center. It's just such a beastly unit to take out... town centers. It's got 24 hack damage, 5 crush. Is that right? 5 crush. And... Is that it? I thought this had higher crush damage. I thought this had high... Am I the only one who thought this unit had higher crush damage? Apparently it's only got 5 crush damage. I thought this unit was bonkers, but no, that's not bonkers at all. The more you know, the stronger you become. Rapl going to be retreating back. He still has not been able to get himself a town center. Matreiuss going to be going up to 180 population very, very soon here. He's at nearly full iron as well. His unit quality is very, very good. Even if Rapple's is full iron as well, he just does not have the population to fight back. We see some walls coming up over here. Rapl on this position here. He's got the gold mine. Does not have that fortress down. He does have a fortress here, but I mean, sending Petropolis from that position over to here to siege down this town center is going to be a difficult thing there. As the army coming back in for Rapl, still trying to fight his way through here, as the Odysseus, Heracles, and Jason are going to be able to take down those big myth units of Rapl. Meanwhile, up on this position, the villagers getting pushed off of the gold mine over here, and Rapl is getting constricted in this game very much so. But now we see the Heliopolis coming out for Rapl. He's attempting to make this attack happen, attempting to break through onto this town center as the Bellerophon jumps, and you see that because the Colossus were moving there, that Bellerophon did 0 damage. However, Rapple's infantry Heliopolis army here is just not going to cut it here against what Matreiuss is creating in this game. As the Bellerophon jumps in, we'll be able to snipe off that Colossus that's cheekily trying to get its HP back up to full, eating a tree there. Not able to make that work. As the Heliopolis here does fall. Matreiuss with that low HP Bellerophon, he can also get this upgrade out of the temple, and he is indeed doing that. The Temple of Healing. Placing a temple on the front, you can send the Bellerophon back over here, heal it back up, and then never need to pay for a Bellerophon again. As exactly, look at this, how fast this Bellerophon heals up once that upgrade comes through. There we go, starting up, and there we go, zhunk. That is a quick amount of health for that Bellerophon. Probably takes, I don't know, 20 seconds-ish to heal this one back up to full HP, which is less than the actual time it takes to train the Bellerophon. So it's absolute massive amounts of value. Definitely get that upgrade if you're playing as Hades or as Zeus to heal your high HP units. I mean, especially Zeus, as now Matreiuss realizes, yeah, I know there's a gold mine here. You're no longer going to be here as my hoplites come through and you have to run. Rapl, very quick reactions where that's concerned, but the villagers retreat back, and now Rapl can actually decide to just walk in, try and take this town center out if he so chooses, as Matreiuss can. As Rapl tries to break through onto this town center, but he's got no siege here, with the exception of the Polyphemus here. As Rapl going to break down the Heliopolis on this position, and now Polyphemus is going to wander through here in an attempt to take out the fortified town center here, but there's just not that much stuff here, and even if the Polyphemus is incredibly strong, it just does not end up cutting it when it comes to taking out the town centers, when there's just so many units around here. And Rapl at this point now looks like he has been cut from gold. He's got nothing, no income remaining. He's trying to produce all the units he can, but he's got only 112 population. He doesn't have a trade route because it's basically cut off by this underworld passage. And credit where credit's due, Matreiuss completely constricted Rapl in this game. From the get-go with those Centaur. He really set the pace and decided exactly how he wanted to play this one. I do think that when Rapl lost this town center, had instead of sitting back here and fighting, if he just retreated back and just got his armory upgrades as fast as he could, and then focused this town center down with potentially Petropolis in on this location, or even just doing the Colossus attack that he did, but instead of taking all the fights over there, just kind of back off and give the town center to Matreiuss and focus on getting his upgrades, he probably would have been able to push through here and get this town center back, and maybe even found a win with that advantage. But unfortunately, Rapl just could not keep this pressure going, sitting down 20 population, and also even with the Hephaestus Plenty Vault, just could not make it work. And Matreiuss is underworld here. This was such a big brain underworld for many different reasons. I thought that arguably maybe going after the town center would have been a better idea, but putting the underworld in the corner here prevents any sort of trade route, prevents these gold mines from getting grabbed. And what else can Rapl do? This is the only gold mine left, and just Matreiuss controls the game so well. If you guys enjoyed this one, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.